Hi, how you doing? Dominic, Random Wrestling Review, coming from the Joe Zone lair, Wednesday, unfortunately just afternoon, joined by the one and only Eric. The only Eric in the whole
the only one. The only
world.
one that's ever lived was right here, very far away.
And this is pretty much going to be a new thing that we try to do. Trying to be earnest with the name in its randomness. There's definitely going to be some weeks less consistent than others. But the idea is 2 shows a week. First one reviewing the earlier part of the wrestling week. Second one kind of being more random and indie-based stuff or older shows. And yeah, that's the vague skinny of what is about to happen. So just to get into it, I think we should just start with Raw. Generally, start with Raw. Week to week, Eric will be the one that watches the full Raw. This week is the exception to that because of Christmas and stuff. But yeah, Eric normally watches the full Raw. I always watch the Hulu Raw. So there'll be certain stuff that Eric has more of the guts on. And this week, we both only sort of know what's going on. And I mean, that's pretty much Raw in general. Let's see, how did it start? Was it Kurt?
Kurt opened the show, and then Braun so elegantly
right.
interrupted.
Kurt, Braun, and Kane. Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
My mic. Kurt, Braun, and Kane came out. I actually like that Kurt was scared. When
he does that good though. He does the I'm scared of the wrestlers thing.
Yeah, but it was just it was cool how he did it. He did it with his voice. He was like, this is after, and then Brock came out. We didn't say that. I forgot. Actually, now I remember it more. Paul came out first, and that was actually kind of cool.
he announced, Brock in.
I know they said before the show that Brock was going to be there, but I kind of thought that was cool because it made it seem like for a second maybe Brock was going to come out later.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, yeah, normally when they say, he's going to be there, his music hits, he opens the show. That's generally what happens, but this one was a little cooler because it was
at least somewhat legitimized Kane as a title challenger. It doesn't, but I'm just saying, like the presentation of how that part happened. But anyways, that part was cool. Paul came out, and then Brock came out, and yeah, that's what I was getting at. Kurt, when he was like standing on his bent knees, he was like, "All right, let me make my announcement real quick. It's gonna be the 3 of you at Royal Rumble for the belt." And I just liked how he like dipped out of the ring and was out at that point.
Yeah, he was like, it's kind of like a when I know what's about to happen.
Yeah, it's cool, and then it was cool that obvious, but still cool that Brock destroyed them.
Oh, absolutely.
So what happened next? Was the second?
I believe Seth Joe or the beginning. To
Right.
Seth Joe.
So it's Seth and Joe. No, it's supposed to be Seth and Joe.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Seth Joe and Jason.
Jason Jordan comes out, and I guess that's good because he's being effective as a heel. It's not good because I got really excited when I was watching Raw and I looked up and it was like Samoa Joe versus Seth Rollins. And
you're like, all
right. Holy shit. I was like,
this
awesome.
is about to be a good opener.
Yeah. And then their match was still fine, and I like that Seth beat him. I've never liked that Seth doesn't have a move.
Yeah, there is no solidified here it comes or
what did he used to do? He used to do nothing. What did he do when he won the NXT title? Because then he must have had a move.
I don't know, because all I remember was the stomp.
Okay. Oh yeah, right. Duh, the curb stomp. Well, yeah, he didn't do.
They axed.
Okay, so he did have a move.
That.
I'm an idiot. I completely forgot about the curb stomp for some reason.
Well, yeah,
but
he had
other
one,
than
but
the curb stomp, which kind of understandably got taken away from him.
Yeah.
He's just never had a move. He had Triple H's move. Now he has Kenny Omega's move. I just don't like that.
Honestly, I nothing against him. He's obviously just top tier, but they lost their way with him. They really.
I think they did though a while ago, and now it's just showing because.
Well, yeah, more so. Especially
I love
with him and Dean. I feel like WWE lost their way with both of them, and they're really suffering for it.
Maybe with both of them, but even if so, it's different things because Dean Ambrose never stopped getting developed. It's just he got developed into like PG-13 John Cena. Well, he's not.
I didn't mind Funny Guy Dean for a little while when he was the title holder.
Yeah, no, for a little while because it's funny when it's a little while, but when he's just like a comedy guy, and it seems like he should be more. I don't even know what thing. I don't want to niche him or anything. I'm just saying.
I don't even think they know what he is supposed to be.
Yeah, maybe. But this is my point, though, in terms of the difference between the two, is Seth was pretty developed. I don't want to say super developed as a heel because they kind of got bored. They got stuck in the standstill of he ran away all the time. Remember, everyone had that complaint. And it wasn't like the gratifying, like, oh, man, one day they're going to get him.
He got away, yeah.
Yeah, it was literally like, okay.
Oh, he literally he just ran away.
J&J helped him and he ran away again. So I remember that started to get stale, but I meant it in a positive note upon bringing it up. As a heel, he was pretty developed with the Authority and, everything as far as like his attire, the entrance music, the briefcase. Like there were things put into place there. But I think as soon as they turned him face and then more literally beyond that, as soon as he hurt his fucking knee, they pretty much were just like, all right, well, now he's Seth Rollins. And it's like, I don't know, like that's just like not enough.
Yeah, immediately following the, I was a champion and I beat Triple H thing, they kind of just went.
Also, Christopher Daniels, I'm watching Ring of Honor right now, which will also not be the norm. I'm just trying to get caught up while we do this. But just throwing it in there, Christopher Daniels and Frank Kazarian just did a fucking crazy move.
Was it the
moonsault into the pile driver?
Into the pile driver, dude.
I'm sure I'm just lame, and they've been doing that, and they've done it at TNA, and they might have even done it when I've seen them wrestle before, because I've seen both these guys wrestle a bunch of times before. But I don't know. That just like super caught my attention just now.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Seth not developed because of that. It was a cool match, but my whole point on that is I was very surprised to see that later in the night they had those same guys back out there with Joe and Dean and who else was involved? The Bar, right?
Yeah, it was the Bar and Joe versus Jordan and the Shield.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, just more so. It worked because of the fuse, but ultimately it was just like all right, you guys are all lumped into this situation via each other.
Okay, well, we move on from that part because it was just weird and boring. What happened next?
I believe they did a quick spot with Bray. I didn't really absorb it in too terribly.
Oh yeah, much. I know he said something.
That he did. He did come on the screen
he was
and
talking.
Say some words. He did do that.
Oh, boy. Okay, and then I think he went to commercial, and then what happened?
I believe Finn Miztourage.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. I just didn't want to skip ahead. So that was... okay, so the past couple weeks, because, again, I watch Hulu Raw.
Yeah, I watched the Hulu one as well, so I feel like I did miss some
beef. But I'm saying the past couple weeks, you watched the full Raw.
Yes.
And Finn was wrestling the Miztourage individually, right? Like
in some way.
I read this stuff online. I didn't see it
in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, he was going against one of them.
I just saw him jokingly tweet something about I'm undefeated against the Miztourage now after 2 weeks of back-to-back victories, some shit like that. I don't remember what it was. Whatever it was, my point is I understood from it being included in this version of the Hulu version of Raw this week, opposed to not a couple weeks before. I understood that something important was going to happen. I was really surprised to see Hideo Itami run out.
I was surprised, but it just my nitpicking of it. There's multiple things. The Miztourage Finn thing hasn't been happening long, but I'm already just stop. Yeah. Everyone, and it has nothing to do with. They're all good. You know what I mean?
But there's nothing going on there.
Yeah, it's just hey, we go, and then you have Hideo come out to help him. Very cool. Obviously, there's history. It makes sense, but also it does not make sense. Like, why is a guy who's supposed to be...
Well, yeah, no, I'm only going to stop you because I want to elaborate on that point, too. Like, they made that callback on Twitter, and then when I watched Raw, I understood what they meant. But they were like, Hideo Itami evens the score with his buddy Finn Balor. And I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah.
And then they finally remind me during the match, because Finn's NXT debut was as Hideo's tag team partner. It's like, dude, I know all kinds of weird, obscure information from the last 3 or 4 years of just like, oh yeah, I retain that, and most people, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
And most people don't remember that. Like, I remember it now that they say it, but I'm just saying, Hideo was hurt for so long.
Yeah.
And then when he came back in NXT last, he was a heel. I get he should be a face coming in 205 because of Enzo, but Yeah, when he first came running out, I didn't know what he was doing there.
Well, my thing is you've had these advertisements. Oh, he's coming to 205. He's coming to 205. All right, he shows up on Raw. Okay, I guess you want to make a little.
That's the point.
Make a hit.
It's to bump up 205. It's
exactly
to be like the 205.
And then I
guys are on
realized
Raw.
most of the 205 guys are on Raw, so I was like, okay, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But now he's helping a guy who has nothing to do with 205.
Yeah, what are you getting worried now that he's going to go to 205 Live?
Absolutely not, because if it does happen, it's going to be great. And
yeah, exactly.
B, it's just not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
You're your first Universal Champion. Like, this is for, like, mostly the Twitter people that are just absolutely just adore the fact and want the fact that him going to 205 Live. Why? Why would your first Universal Champion, not that it's lower rated or it's a lower show or anything like that.
I mean, it is, though.
You're not it is, but
I get what you're saying.
They don't treat it that way.
Show, but it's
you're not sending your first ever
show.
Universal. You're not sending your first ever Universal Champion down to their show. That's not even. They don't even. They're just starting to do live shows now. Like, I believe they're about to start. Doing
and they went ahead and threw Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt on that.
Exactly.
Tour too,
so you're already like, you're just not going to do that.
They don't have faith enough in the brand. Yeah, I don't.
The whole shtick of him not being over and that whole thing that they're playing with.
Maybe he'll be on the 205 live tour though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe he might be a part of it and have some, but he's not gonna be a full. You just don't do. You're not gonna send there was the first pick.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. When they did the draft.
You know what I mean? And
yeah. So okay. Well,
just be realistic about it. That's all.
To get someone back on track, Hideo comes out and it's confusing. It's not entirely obvious that.
And then it turns into a tag match, which I wasn't against. It was very cool because I'm like,
like it's like in retrospect, that's the expected WWE thing to do. But it just vibe wise when he came out, it didn't seem like where that segment.
But that's
was
also
going.
the second time that someone's basically had a second match.
Yeah, in the same show.
In the same show,
right.
It's very weird.
I hate it. I hate it. I don't, not in this specific case, because it took you pointing it out for me to think of this that way. Even though I agree with you, like, it is technically a guy working twice the same night, but I actually dislike, like, Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins wrestling. Like, okay, basically, and I'm going to move on quickly from this point, but this is the easiest way and most dramatic way at the same time that I can make the strength of my point clear. Daniel Bryan beat Triple H and then Randy Orton and Batista on the same night at WrestleMania, and it was, like, amazing. And obviously it's amazing because of those people that he beat, but part of the amazing thing is that at WrestleMania only at WrestleMania, he wrestled two matches in the same show. I feel like
the only other time that happens is when it's like tournament style, like when Jericho won.
Yeah, or
it was implied and it was known that that's what was happening.
Yeah, exactly. When there's like there's like an extra it's not normal. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
and yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was weird, but that's definitely just a me specific complaint. If you liked that they wrestled twice, I suppose it's not. Well,
ultimately, both instances you had your top huge guys. You have someone like Seth Rollins and Finn. They're both. I'm not against watching the whole show.
When Finn came onto Raw, actually, he beat Roman. He wrestled twice because he won the Fatal 4. But see, that's my
purpose.
Fucking point. Yeah, that's my whole point. It was like this important thing, a debut of this guy, and it was unexpected. He beat Roman, and it means he's going to go for the title. Like, I don't know. This was like, yes, Seth's gonna wrestle Joe. Just kidding. But then he is in a less exciting way later, and it's like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, and it's even like less climactic. I mean, like you're like, oh, okay, now you just have a couple more people.
And how did that match end? I don't remember how the 6-man.
Honestly, that's that's where I start getting lost because I just getting caught up with this and my note taking plummeted. So
this Raw this week's, and of course it's our first show, it's hilarious.
Oh yeah,
but this week's Raw is very limited because Eric's doing what I'm doing with Ring of Honor with Raw. You're still watching right now.
Yeah. Right? Well, I finished it up, but we started,
The ending is pretty much just Steph in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, the Royal Rumble thing, which very cool. Awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
My only thing is they haven't really done the main roster men's Rumble right too terribly great.
Yeah, no, the last couple years it sucked. So, I just said that to Joe the other day. It's been really bad.
Like, you know what I mean? Like they haven't gotten that right, so it just feel like they're putting more on their table.
No, but there's good enough people to see them mix. Like,
well, this is the thing, and there's gonna be those people like, I don't want to see them. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, you do.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think those kind of
First of
wrestling
all-
fans are kind of going away. I think.
Yeah, they're slowly gonna. But you know what I mean. You got
I
Asuka,
think everybody wants to see it.
Charlotte. You know what I mean. By that time,
Dude,
Bex is gonna be back.
Asuka and Ruby Riott are probably gonna have some kind of interaction in
Absolutely,
the
and then
Rumble, and that's exciting.
Speaking of that, the Riot Squad, Charlotte. Good because the interaction, the interaction.
What are you talking about, dude?
Speaking about her having interaction and having good stuff with her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just being good. My bad.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like that's gonna be also like the excitement of her having interactions with certain people is.
Yeah, I know. I get what
Definitely
you're
high.
saying. I mean, just in general, yeah, she should be stepped up to the bumped up to the top. I just meant specific of Asuka's on Raw and she's on SmackDown, and I assume
Yeah.
the Rumble. Will
That's what I'm
probably,
saying. Like the you're gonna have a good good interaction of people that don't normally get to have interactions together because of the split shows.
Yeah, so hopefully the Women's Rumble is good. I think it will be. I don't see why it wouldn't be.
My thing, like, especially with the Rumbles now, are for both more so is the split titles. So I was actually thinking of this last night, thinking of the main men's Rumble roster. Someone from SmackDown is winning.
Yeah, no, trust me, bro. I've been thinking
like
that
big,
since,
because I was like last night. I was like, well, Big Dog's gonna
last
Big
summer.
Dog, and it's gonna be
Big
him.
Dog.
Big Dog will Big Dog.
But then but then it's also possible Big Dog wins, and that's how he gets Mr. Brock.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that same is the same stuff we said in 2014.
But
13.
my theory of it is obviously everyone's aware that he's getting Brock. If you're not aware, he's getting Brock.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking Shinsuke's gonna win and go get AJ at WrestleMania.
That'd be fucking great.
Yeah, it just sounds right. That's what a lot of people I think are tossing around right now.
I think I agree with that. Totally.
And honestly, if not, give it to Randall. Let the man go.
No, it's so weird. You hate Randy Orton the length of his career that it's acceptable
But I love
to
him now.
not. And now he's like an older guy who should kind of
No,
be
have
putting
you
people
seen him
over.
though?
And you're like, man, that guy. You need to give that young man the strap.
No.
It's like he's a 40-year-old man.
No, have you seen him though? He
killing
shaved
it.
the old man beard. He just reminned up. And
Well, you
he's
know what they
looking
called? They
mighty
made
young.
fun of it on the Wrestling Observer the other day. They called his hair the fashionable big boy.
Well, not just the haircut, but like his. Remember
No, I know
how
what
he
you
was
mean.
rocking
Yeah,
the real grizzly gray man?
I think he's gonna turn pretty soon though.
I was thinking he was gonna do that on Shinsuke.
So maybe actually he does win the Royal Rumble if he turns. Then maybe him and AJ. I don't know.
But, see,
But
that's
I would like
my thing,
Shinsuke.
though, is if
Shinsuke
it's
AJ
Shinsuke-
is just a good idea. Like,
If it's
to be
Shinsuke
able to
AJ
say-
though, there's no bad guy. There's just two
Yeah, but-
awesome guys. Which, like I said, it's not bad. I'm gonna watch
there
it.
There could be a bad guy. That excuse me, by the way, is because I yawned. I wasn't politely interrupting him.
Actually,
Excuse me, sir. But okay. Anyways, let's just finish up this
Yeah,
fucking Raw review. What else happened? What's happening right now? What are you watching?
well, I don't know because it's.
I just
it's right
can't
now,
remember. I can't remember what happened before Steph.
There was it was a big Rumble situation between the women's division. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I know there was a
Did
scuffle.
Absolution do something?
It was Nia came out and Absolution.
Oh
was,
yeah. And Sasha can't. And then they wound up having a tag match.
Yeah, we're just so unprofessional. We're terrible. It's okay. though.
Okay, yeah, we're moving past Raw. It wasn't that good. How about,
We're just-
I'm gonna sum it up for you.
Basically,
Brock
from
was
what-
there, and
yeah.
it wasn't that great. Other than that,
Even more so for them advertising Brock was there.
Yo, no
that
big-
was the only big.
no big dog.
Yeah, no big dog.
Where is the large dog?
He's just out. He's not
Missing.
in the yard.
Put up the flyers.
Yeah, he's. They must have left the chain undone.
No, for real though. Where the fuck is Roman Reigns? That's weird. What happened last week?
I'm drawing a blank. Remember that he came out. Who was calling him out? Was it
Joe?
Yeah, it was Joe. Remember they were all sitting backstage watching it, and then Roman's like, "Oh, I got this." Was that last week?
I think so. And then what
Yeah.
happened?
I believe he went out there, and then the bar got involved, and then the rest of the Shield came out,
And the boys came, and
and they had
so just no big dog, no explanation.
yeah, no. I mean, maybe he's a little under the weather. Maybe he's got a little big dog cold.
All right. Well, I mean, hey, I'm not gonna really complain. I was just trying to think about Raw-centric stuff, and got me thinking about the Intercontinental title, and I realized he was not there. So that was Raw, vaguely speaking. And then, oh yeah, Ring of Honor would have been the same night, so we can do that. Then Eric was there for Ring of Honor. It was filmed in Lakeland. He was at I guess the last couple weeks TV tapings, and then this week and the Christmas show are the last one.
Yeah.
So that's good. So what did you think of this episode? I'm just about done with it. I know the main event is good.
The Addiction Coast to Coast tag match. That's how I believe it.
Yeah, it started like that.
It all started. Really high pace, athletic match. They're always. Addiction's always just amazing. Like, and I'm not a super huge fan. Like, I was never like, I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, I followed him forever. I didn't. But I was really, especially being there live. They proved to me they are those guys. You know what I mean?
They're really good.
They are the top. It's like the same situation. Like when I saw Jay Lethal, I was like, okay, I get it. Like I see why he's the Ring of Honor guys.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
And Coast to Coast too. I was like, oh wow, like they're really good. They high pace.
Didn't you say they broke up or something?
Well, no. At the end of the match, what happened was,
Yeah, because I don't have any sound.
It was like we've basically been losing for a while, and if you've been following the TV, they just hadn't been on, TV for a while anyway, and the fact that it's technically after Final Battle,
right?
This last TV taping, so they kind of like vaguely, but either way, basically it was we need to win the next one, or it's over, do or die, is I believe what they use. Basically, it's looking like they're probably gonna lose, break up, or I don't know. That's the thing with the Ring of Honor, is the lack of, I don't want to say lack of because that sounds bad, but their detail is not as soap operatic as something WWE would be. So you're following it very direct instead of it being a story.
My actually only issue with Ring of Honor is I don't feel like nobody's a heel. Like Silas is kind of a heel.
Yeah. Even like the Addiction, like they're clearly
but they're like, that's different only because they literally were face a couple months ago, and they just turned because they were like, oh, okay, Cody's coming in, let's just put him over.
Yeah, that's
we'll go heel now.
We'll do that.
So like, and they're old, like it's just different. It's like when Randy goes heel and people still cheer him. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter who they're. Like I said, those are the guys. No one's.
There's nobody like them. The only guy who gets actually booed is Punch Martinez, and it's because certain crowds really don't like him.
I can see it. I don't have anything against him, but I'm also not like a diehard fan. Like he has some really cool spots. He's really and entertaining in a way. But there's also times where like I feel like I'm watching a combination of some other people. You know?
Definitely. Especially the other night, the pay-per-view with him coming out of the coffin.
Yeah.
Don't be wrong, man. It's cool, like you just said.
Even more so right now with Alistair. Right now, like that's a thing.
That's exactly what I was getting at. They don't have the same production value as WWE, but it's like, dude, you don't come off the same way by just doing the same.
And
stuff.
even more so, like not that like think of the way the night went, especially at Final Battle. Like the big intro guys, like Dalton's intro was pretty big, and he won, but I guess Cody's was technically just as big because of the.
Cody's was very big.
Yeah, I loved. Oh man, I love.
Yeah, that was cool. But I hope he stays blonde for a while. It looks very cool.
Yeah, well, he's been putting on stuff. New hair, new stuff, new whatever. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, the that tag match was pretty solid as a tag match.
The finish was cool. That was the thing I was talking about.
That's
before.
like it was a solid tag team finish, and that's what I like about a lot of Ring of Honor is they really focus on, like, when it's a tag match, it's a tag match.
Yeah.
But I'm sure people like the Bucks and just all of them in general, not just them. Like they're very literal with what they're doing. They lose their way sometimes, but not like how
I did not super care for. I mean, whatever. We'll get to that. We'll finish the week shows and then we'll review Final Battle. But I did not super care for Final Battle. I didn't think it was that great of a show.
Yeah, no. For something that was supposed to be a big thing,
I just wouldn't watch it again. I guess I didn't
Ye-
dislike it.
I would
probably
watch a
would not
match.
watch it.
Like I would watch the Osprey Taven match again because that was amazing.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good match.
And I'd watch the Cody Dalton match again. Everything else,
Yeah, that match was
I
good,
don't.
too.
I wouldn't need to like go back.
That
and
match was
rehash.
too, but such an important part of that match was blown when the camera fucking just like filmed Cody going
Dude,
under the ring, cutting.
it just really hurt
Blade,
it.
whatever. I
yeah.
was so bummed about that. Like I was like, because that's what it looked like he was doing, and then like a couple minutes later, or maybe at the very least like a full minute and a half or so later, he got up, and you could tell it was supposed to be like a reveal to the camera.
Well, and then they tried to
it's-
save it later via social media. And, oh, the ring post busted him open, and
No, that was the next day.
well, yeah, no, I know, but like that's what I'm saying. Like they, it was kind of like oh yeah, here the ring post got him. And I was like,
Yeah, they just and that's with any company. I'm just using them as a specific example right now. I don't understand when you film the guy going like what the fuck is the point of that?
yeah.
I don't know.
It
Anyways,
definitely killed the mood, and more so just the whole night. Something happened during that tag match, like you said.
Yeah, that tag match just fucking sucked.
and it's weird because it's skipping.
Yeah, everybody
a
involved
little
was great.
skipping a little ahead. The best friends Rocky. This is the main event for the Ring of Honor.
Yeah, I'm
the
in the
best
I'm in
friends
the
and
middle of it
Rocky
right now.
and Elite. Dude, being there. I've been going to wrestling since I was like 5-6 years old. I've seen the Undertaker. I've seen Stone Cold. I've seen them. The guys. I have never seen wrestling like that. Like it was just.
Yeah, I mean Kenny.
It really is. Like, and I know everyone's like, everyone's has their.
No, I'm just saying you've seen a bunch of Bucks matches. You've seen a bunch of best friends matches, but Kenny
Even more so,
and
like
Rocky
I've seen the
too.
Bucks, and
Rocky's
that's what I'm
not
saying. I've
there.
seen the Bucks Roppongi millions of times.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Well,
They've
that's always really good.
Exactly, and
That's
even more
amazing.
so. Like I know we skipped over, but that in the Ring of Honor, TV, the only other match was the Shane Taylor and Eli Isom. I don't know the pronunciation.
Spell it for me. 'Cause I don't have the sound on, but I saw it.
ISOM. I'm not sure who he is, to be honest.
Yeah, that sounds-
newer
that sounds
newer
right.
guy, but he had very cool gear. He was pretty cool. They
Yeah, he looked pretty cool. I didn't watch the match. I saw it. At the corner of my
everyone
eye.
was going for
talking
him
very
because
well.
obviously Shane Taylor was the other option, and I'm gonna be honest.
Oh no,
I don't.
there was one other match, right? Oh no, it was
No.
Caprice Coleman with
Yeah, it was
Brandy.
it was the
Coleman's pulpit.
yeah. And it was interesting. It was funny that I like him. I think he could work those funny parts pretty well, especially with her.
Yeah, no, Caprice Coleman's fine. I mean, more than anything, that little rolling Northern Lights thing that he does.
Oh yeah, very sick.
The triple Northern, I like that.
Yeah.
I like him.
But
for
yeah,
that
they
reason.
did that, and yeah, the Shane, like I said, the Shane Taylor, I'm just not a fan. I don't see he uses a knockout punch, and that's already a check off for me. Doesn't really do anything for me.
Yeah, for me, it just depends who you are and how you do it. But definitely,
Yeah,
generally,
it's
no,
like
I
even
don't
like
like
when Show did it, I just wasn't,
I fucking hated when Big Show does the.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm just more so you do a knockout punch as your finisher. I'm not into it. And basically the match ends with him knocking guy out, and they call the match. So it's just kind of I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that.
All right, well, I'm finishing the main event now. We'll circle back to it, but that's pretty much the cap on the Monday night. Tuesday, SmackDown. Is good. I thought SmackDown was good.
Yeah, no, right now more so SmackDown is really
Doing a lot better than Raw.
roster wise, everything wise, story wise. Like they lost their way. They really did, but then they brought it back. They start with Daniel Bryan, Shane, follow up.
That's right. Yeah, that came out, and those two came out, and Daniel Bryan came out first. I like that. Let's see. Daniel Bryan's promo stuff was really good. Shane's was good, but I texted you while I was watching it. I just hate the way since he's come back, since silver-haired Shane has graced us, which I've enjoyed mostly. I'm just, I guess, nitpicking, whatever. I can't stand his face. Obviously, you can't see
His
this
facial
'cause this is
facial
audio, but
expressions.
He does this with his face, like he's like, oh, really?
Yeah, he's like
The whole time, and it's just like, bro, you can't always be reacting that way to not even quote unquote, like literally speaking, to whatever anyone's saying to you, because you're undervaluing some stuff that's getting said to you.
Yeah, it's like
You're constantly. I mean, imagine constantly like getting told a different range of things one's on one end of the spectrum, one's on the other, and just no matter what, going, oh, really?
Yeah. He's like
Oh,
a
okay.
smug little like middle school girl.
Smug, yeah,
sometimes.
exactly. Like, his face is very smug, and like, don't get me wrong, I would even go to say 6 or 7 times out of 10, it's the right kind of look to have. But those other 3 or 4 times, it's really not.
It's the right look to have, but he has it 100% of the time.
And just exactly, and then during this thing, I think the reason you were disappointed in the finish of their little promo is because he was reacting that way the whole time. You didn't think you were being built up to a point where he's gonna. You can't tell right now whether he's being disingenuous.
Yeah, it
or
wasn't
genuine,
like it wasn't
but
like when
you didn't think he was getting built up to a point where he was gonna go. Okay, you know what? I trust you. Maybe he should have been showing with his face the whole time that. Wow, what you're saying.
And I
is
feel like it was
impacting me.
supposed to hit like when Daniel told him, "I'll see you Sunday." I think it was supposed to hit like that, and it just didn't. I think, like, to me, the promo, it was good. They know what they're doing, but yeah, it felt anticlimactic at the end, and it just kind of felt too long. I was kind of like waiting. I was like, all right, well, when's it going to be over? Not you didn't have me.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But it wasn't, bad. So I was like, oh, that was terrible. It shouldn't even be,
I liked it. I liked it overall. Like, I liked that promo a lot. And then what was the first match?
Oh, buddy, Usos and Gable and Benjamin.
That match was awesome.
Very awesome.
Usos
are just
really good.
on fire, but even more so, Gable.
Usos, I'll say right now, are the best tag team in the world right now. And as far as development, talking together.
I love their play on the line of
everything.
Being the heel sometimes, but they're kind of like the New Day now. They can just
they're exactly like the New Day now.
They're
face,
line.
But they can do whatever they want.
They can play that line because sometimes they're just mean and angry, and they talk about the penitentiary and do their thing. And now, more so this specific show, if you watch the crowd is just loving
really
it.
Into that.
Their music hits. They're it felt very.
The match started and people were chanting Uso.
Yeah, it felt very Attitude
New Jersey
Era.
Too, with noting Newark, New Jersey likes WWE, and that's good. They generally have good shows there.
Yeah, you can tell when you hit one of those good crowds, those smart crowds where they.
The Northeast is good. I feel like parts of whatever we can talk about that another time. Anyways, that was good, and just that match was awesome. And I like the finish for Gable and Benjamin. I'd like them to have some kind of name.
I feel like them they got the gear together. They got their opening together.
The
their
song,
entrance.
they have a song.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, we're getting some development here, but it's still lacking a little bit. But what's happening now is they're letting them shine. Now they both have the potential, and they didn't really let them use it, but now they are letting them go off.
Yeah, I really hope they do something with Gable because he's really, really great.
Right, even right now, let them go. Let them feud the Usos. I put in my,
I say they should beat them.
That's what I'm saying. I say they should beat the Usos.
Yeah, they should beat them for the belts. Absolutely. In general, in WWE, they did it like a couple months ago, and then it seems like they're kind of getting off the kick now. I could be wrong. I guess they just changed it with Zig, so I guess I am wrong.
Yeah.
But point being, it seems like lately, Vince is a little bit more into the titles can move around a bit more.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I think he's getting back into that mode, which I do like, but there's also times where we've watched that and it just...
sometimes it's too much, but...
Yeah. But since we've been in such a long rut of
moving. Just pretty much since Punk, which obviously was enjoyable as fuck, but since then... Everybody's getting like a long run, and it's like
everyone's got it like a year or so.
Yeah, like I don't really want to watch that shit.
Especially right now with the type of crowds that are coming up. I don't think that's what people want to see.
It makes it less special,
unless you do it like bring that up, like Punk did it. The way it happened, the way it worked, the way he used it, it was if you do something like that, perfect because you're using it. It's an everyday.
Yeah,
thing.
But I think a big
you
part
can't do
of
it again though.
Yeah, a big part of the working elements in that. I'm sorry, I keep yawning. Big part of the working elements of that is the fact that it hadn't happened in so long. Now it's like a watered down thing between the New Day.
Yeah. Just look at the way the Intercontinental and the U.S. title are working. They're being held.
They had Nikki Bella beat AJ. So that was you have to think about that. That makes my point enough, and then we'll move on from this point. AJ held the title long enough to be a world record, or a company record or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they let Nikki beat it. So those two reigns combined are like 2-3 years, dude.
Yeah.
That's such a long time for two champions.
At the
shitty little belt.
Yeah, more so at the time though. That I don't sound bad, but like the talent in that division at the time wasn't exactly.
Yeah, but that
like
doesn't
it is
mean
now.
Nikki Bella holds the belt for a year. Don't get me wrong. I know what you mean. When AJ had it was actually pretty cool. But
they love running with. That type, especially during that time, Cena ran ran the show at that point and held things forever. I feel like they did the same thing in that women's division during the time because there really just wasn't much to go with. Whereas now you have anyone and everyone to go with.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyone right now and all of the division between SmackDown and Raw, anyone could hold the title and it would make sense for the most part.
You mean women's division, right?
Yeah, in women's division. I was saying during that time period then, when, you know what I mean?
No. I just was making sure I understood what you meant. Okay, so where does that put us? SmackDown? Third match, right?
They did
second match. Sorry.
Technically, they did a small little Rumble promo right before the
women.
Yeah, they did a small women's. Basically, Charlotte was doing her thing, letting everyone know that she's going to squash everybody.
Right. Yeah, she was out there, and didn't someone else come out then? And then
Naomi interrupted her, and they kind of did a little cute, face exchange.
Like, I'm coming one day.
Yeah, kind of thing. And, Charlotte saying she's going to win, Naomi saying she's going to win. They're obviously interrupted by, the Riot Squad, and that turns into a tag match.
Right. Okay, now I know where we're at. What's her name? Sarah Logan?
Sarah Logan, yeah.
I don't like her.
See, this is the thing. What doesn't make sense about her is right now in the Riot Squad, you have two women that went through NXT and had, little stints, and she came, I believe, from the Mae Young Classic, right?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure
I'm not even gonna lie. I did not watch the Mae Young Classic because I didn't have time to.
Yeah, I believe she was in the Mae Young Classic and she didn't spin. She was a I believe she was like a squash.
That's where some of the other people came from too.
No, yeah, but the more so that's where she came from. So obviously, she's a whole lot fresher and newer than obviously Ruby and Liv.
I think she's wrestled elsewhere. I think she's.
I do believe she has. Yeah, no, she's.
I think she's just getting. I'm just making my point very clear. I think she's getting given bad shit. I think it's stupid.
She absolutely.
2 weeks ago on SmackDown, they had her say some shit like.
I don't
even know.
The overly southern antic.
Yeah, it was like when Michael in The Office, when Michael's like, "There's two types of people where I'm from, one who ain't and one who is ain't. Which one is you ain't?" Or some shit like that. Like
basically.
Dude, it was so stupid. It was just so stupid. And then specifically, and this is where I am just being hypercritical and whatever. I've never stepped into a wrestling ring, but I'm just saying it. I've watched for a long time. She looked like she didn't know how to have a tag match during this tag match. And in a match where, Jesus Christ, Kenny Omega's selling for Trent on the fucking pile driver.
The pile driver? Oh, he bounces.
That shit is crazy. Anyways, that was crazy. In a tag match where you got Charlotte and Naomi, who I really like Naomi a lot. I just said her name two different ways, but I like her a lot, and I like Ruby Riott a lot. I think that she's an obvious she's gonna be great.
Oh yeah, she's
WWE. She's in awesome shape. She seems like she shares
her and Charlotte's interactions are really what got me interested. Oh, she got the thick neck.
She does got the big neck. Like your man, so I'm into that.
Yeah, her and Charlotte have a few interactions where it just goes to show they are gonna have some great matches together.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, she's just good.
Whatever. It's two people that are very good. Obviously, it's gonna be good. You know.
My point overall, there's parts where she's going for a tag with Ruby, and she just looks like she.
This is my thing. Why not have Liv? I'm a fan. I think she. I mean, more so. I understand, and you can't just leave Sarah Logan out of the picture because then she's just a pointless part of the team. But at this point, you have the two top names on the other side, the two top faces on the other side of the ring, and then you stick, the other side, you have Ruby and Sarah. It just seemed like, you have the main.
Yeah, but they don't have anybody else. That's another point I wanted to talk about. They don't have anybody else on SmackDown. They have Becky, and that's it, and she's not there right now.
Yeah, that's true.
There are everyone
true.
else. Everyone
well,
else.
No, I just mean specifically with the Riot Squad. You have,
Yeah, no. What is your point? I don't understand.
I was more so saying, what they use. They stick, Ruby, obviously top tier, can hang, and then they stick, Sarah Logan, who's obviously still learning, progressing, and it just you could tell. Whereas I think if they would have stuck,
I don't think that's that different though. If not exactly the same as the Absolution thing, because
absolutely,
fucking.
Same.
Sonya Deville doesn't know how to wrestle at all.
Yeah. Basically, but all three, you know, both
So
both
many
both
of them.
factions, both factions have the one that's obviously very green, very, you know, new. And
I don't know though. We're gonna have to look that up in a second. I don't know that Sarah Logan is green. I think she's just getting given bad shit, and then she also just like everybody does, just might have had.
Well,
a
she's
bad
definitely
match.
not. You know what I mean? Like, clearly, no one makes it. Oh, I don't.
But
say
I
no
don't.
one,
I
but-
don't like. I'm capping this part of this.
Yeah,
off.
to me,
I just
honestly, when I
don't-
looked at
don't
it, I
like
saw,
her.
you know, like they gave her some, you know, dread looking stuff and some stuff. She just kind of looks like Big Becky to me.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't like being able to tell they obviously don't super care about somebody,
Yeah.
and then on top of that,
Or don't care enough to develop. Even someone who
yeah, that's what I
doesn't-
mean. That's what I mean. And but more specifically beyond that, like I just have to be honest with myself when I'm not interested, and I just
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Right now, I don't find
exactly
her
that
interesting.
whole match. You're completely and like drawn in
Wait.
by everything besides her.
Yeah, just waiting for her to get out of the ring. That's
Yeah.
basically all I was trying to say the whole time. And then when she lost, like, don't get me wrong, it made sense, but it made sense in a way that normally I'm not, like, gratified by someone winning or losing.
Yeah, it's like,
I
okay,
wanted her to lose to me. Like, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
good. So, anyways, whatever. It was fine. It was a good match.
Yeah, it was good. You know, obviously, you know, like I said, there's three out of the four in the situation made that as good as it possibly could have been.
Yeah, it was fine. So, Naomi, as it was fading to commercial, her song was playing, and Charlotte didn't know what to do, and that was really funny.
Yeah.
It came back, and what was on? What
It
happened?
was
after that?
the New Day and Rusev Day interaction
right
in the
backstage,
Christmas
but
gear.
that was awesome. That was fun.
Very
It was
awesome.
cool.
Hilarious.
It looks like the pancake thing isn't coming off as just like a random thing anymore. It seems like
Yeah,
it's
at
more
first it was
thought
random,
out.
and then it's like, oh, this is the popsicle thing, but with pancakes.
Yeah, but they're like actually. I don't know. I like when they actually make things a thing. You know.
Well, I mean, yeah, they went from going, hey, we're gonna make popsicles, and then they just actually did that,
So that was fun.
or ice cream, or whatever it was.
Rusev is very fun lately.
I think they gotta at least for them too, for two people that were really just nothing beforehand. I don't say nothing, but Aiden English and Rusev weren't very big hits before this. I think they really hit it with them.
Especially Aiden English.
Oh yeah.
He was doing nothing, going nowhere. And now I don't even know that it's super different, but he has something, and I like it. I love the Rusev Day thing. I want to get a T-shirt.
Yeah. Oh, it's hilarious. I think that
I also just
it's
like
super
as a
over
company-
too.
Yeah, I like as a company when they do simple stuff like that. Like that shirt. That shirt is good.
Oh yeah.
So that was cool. Then they had a match, and that's something I'll say. And this
Well,
is a
that kind of
general-
happened later, technically, because after that, the Dolph thing happened.
Oh right. Oh
That
god.
terrible mess.
So who knows? Who fucking knows, people? I don't know. Do you know?
Don't
Me
know.
neither. We're guessing. Our best guess at this situation is he's going for like a Naito thing where he's the champion, but he doesn't give a shit about the belt. And I don't know. That could be cool.
It's only cool, and it sucks because you don't want to see the same thing happening. But if he does literally do the Naito thing, he throws that thing around. He lets you know that he just does not care to be doing this. And he had a good start to it, honestly. But Dolph has always done a good job at that.
I just didn't care for, and I feel like they've been doing this with him lately. They did this with the entrance segment last month or whatever when they had him go through the different people's entrances. Like, he's getting given these things lately that are just like seemingly meant to like bomb.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna show everybody clips of me winning titles that they don't want to see, and I'll talk. I get it. Trust me, I get it. The point of it was that people didn't remember, but I'm just saying it was super, just drawn out and like boring, and I don't know. I don't know. I like him as a performer, but I'm done with.
Well, and then
Dolph
even
Ziggler.
yeah, exactly. Right side, he comes out, no music. It's like, okay, at first that was kind of like, well, all right, I get it. You know what I mean? And at this point, it just again, like just like the Sarah Logan thing, it just feels like you're watching something they do not care about.
Yeah,
they just don't. They don't care. He could go out there and just scream mumbo jumbo, and they'd be like, yeah, all right, you're the U.S. champ now. Get back here. And more so, you know, I don't want to say you're not obviously not Baron, but you know Baron. That was the only thing he really had going for him. And then
Yeah,
you
I don't
took
know
that,
what they're doing Baron Corbin. That
and
was
then
weird.
Bobby,
Weird he wasn't on the
you know what
show.
I mean? He doesn't need the help because he's one of those guys that just he's good. His character is just so far, above all that. But then you don't even let him. You have a guy who's basically lost forever now, and you finally
Bobby,
let him.
You think?
No, and Dolph, and then you let him win. Over, either I honestly, I in my head I called it, and I was like, oh, if Baron doesn't retain, Dolph's winning.
Yeah, no, I said it to Joe just before the match.
But ultimately, had Baron retained and or Bobby
Same.
won, you would have had a shot at having a real thing.
Yeah, but
And that says a lot because
do you want to watch Bobby Roode and Baron Corbin feud? That's something worth saying.
No,
you don't.
No, I don't. But
So
right
you
now,
never
okay.
know.
So
They
what
could
happens
just
with
be-
Zig?
they could
Who
just-
does Corbin come back? Is it
Yeah,
Zig
that's
Corbin
the thing.
again?
They could just be hitting the reset on this. Like, I don't know.
They
I don't
need
know.
to,
We'll just see.
because I don't want to watch Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler again.
Hell no, dude. But I also sure as fuck don't want to watch. I mean, I don't. Dude,
I'd
I
watch
just
Bobby
don't
Roode
want-
Ziggler.
I don't want to watch
Even though,
Dolph
again-
Ziggler wrestle anybody right now.
Yeah.
Like that's the honesty.
He's
of it.
he's very stale. Very. And
He's wrestled everyone. Everyone's beat him. I don't know.
and they showed it in his little montage. The guy's a 5-time Intercontinental champion, 2-time heavyweight champion. He's done it. He's done things, but look how, I don't want to say little because it's not little because the man's doing his thing.
His name is just bad, dude. His name is so fucking bad.
And
I know this isn't news to anybody.
and if you
but I'm
notice,
just
like,
saying, it's the worst name.
When they showed the clips, you hit like, it sounds dumb, but you see all the way back to like what was like 2013, 14, something like that, or even further back than that. I think it was like, but same music, same look, same gear, same everything.
Yeah, if anything, they've just been waiting.
John
on Dolph
Cena has changed.
It looks like
gear
they've
and
just
stuff
been
more
waiting
than
on
him.
Dolph Ziggler's hair to grow. That's like the only thing
Yeah.
that looks like it's any different.
Yeah, it just his hair got long, and I don't know. I know that's his style, but they got to get rid of the Motley Crue 80s
It just does. There's
hair
no
metal thing.
like you
There's
said,
nothing
it's
there.
his style. But yeah, there's no gimmick or anything. It's just
Yeah.
something he's doing. So, anyways, whatever. Let's move on. That was terrible. He left the belt in the middle of the ring. That was interesting, I guess, is the
I
most
like it.
positive word I'd use to describe it.
Because again, if it is a Naito type situation, it's a good start to it.
Yeah, it's
but
cool.
but ultimately, even the WWE Twitter was like, oh, or the Instagram, one or the other, probably both. But it's like, oh, he left the title. What does that mean? And it's like, well, I mean, what do you want it to mean?
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
So whatever, that ended. Then the New Day had the match with Rusev in English, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is what I was going to say earlier, and this is a general rule of thumb for WWE. I fucking hate it when they do gimmick matches. I mean, that probably just in general, but that's not what I'm saying right now. When they do gimmick matches like that, like holiday gimmick matches, and then they call the guys by their
gimmick.
Yeah, like he's not okay.
He's
It's
not
okay,
Frosty
it's
the
sort
Snowman.
It's sort of understandable that he's Rusev Claus, sort of. I don't think you need to call him that the whole match.
Yeah.
I think JR would have said, "I'm not calling him." Like, would have joked. It would have made it.
Yeah, he would have
more-
made it aware that was happening, and he's
like
not
it's
gonna do
ridiculous,
that.
and that they're doing that in a good way. Like they make it more funny and say, "No, I'm just calling him by the Athletics name," and then maybe even the heel saying, "What are you talking about? That's Frosty the Snowman in there." Like,
Yeah.
but these fucking three grown ass men are sitting there just being like, I mean, like you just said, Corey the Graves just straight up called Aiden English Frosty the Snowman the whole match.
Yeah.
He didn't call him Aiden the Snowman, Frosty the English, like
Yeah, just
it's
any
just
type of combination of
Rusev
something
Claus and Frosty the Snowman versus Kofi Kingston a reindeer. They kept saying, Kofi
Kofi
Kingston
was
a
a
gingerbread
gingerbread
man,
man.
and Xavier Woods the reindeer, and their fucking longest running joke the whole time was, "What reindeer is he?" And it's just like, dude, what? Like, I don't care that they're out there in costumes.
Even more so, it's overshadowing the fact that it was just good.
Yeah,
It
no,
wasn't
the match was
bad.
good. That's the whole thing I was getting. That's the only reason I was getting all that shit out of the way. The match was good. The finish was fine.
Like someone like Aiden, who I'll be real, I've never cared to watch. I watched Rusev, and Rusev is looking better than ever.
I fucking love Rusev.
Throwing those kicks, man. The kicks are looking better in every show.
I just love Rusev. I always have loved Rusev.
So that's the thing, as I've always liked, especially what was it, League of Nations Rusev. I really like that.
Yeah,
Rusev.
I was a big fan of League of Nations.
Yeah, just in general, but Rest in
Can't
peace
have
to
nice
that.
things.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can't have nice things. We get rid
Nobody
of...
liked that. Nobody liked. I mean,
How
you
do-
too, though.
how?
You didn't like Sheamus
at
as
first.
champion.
Well, that's my hate for. I don't want to say hate because that's pretty strong, but
I hate
I
Irish
hate Sheamus. No, and I love Finn. That doesn't work, and I like Beck.
That's true.
So,
Yeah.
but I just wasn't a big, just like Randy. I just wasn't a big fan, and more so, I wasn't a big fan because I wasn't. Or I don't want to say wasn't, but at the time he was a heel at that time, I believe. Well, yeah, League of Nations. He was definitely, but
He
more
was
so,
feuding
it
with
was just like
Roman, though.
it was.
I liked it.
Yeah. Well, at the time that was Shield Roman, wasn't it?
No.
No, that was right after. But either way, it was just like
no, not even. It was some time after.
Yeah, I guess it was a little bit.
He was
Either
big-
way,
he
it
was
was
big,
like
he was big dog already.
it was a Triple H situation where I didn't like him because you made me not like him. But
well.
obviously now I can say Triple H is probably one of the best ever. Randy, same thing, and Sheamus now I love it.
I'm a fan. And have you heard the thing about Sheamus in the past couple weeks?
Oh yeah,
Going
his
around?
spine
Stenosis?
stuff. Yeah,
that's no good.
Old-
That's what Edge
yeah.
had.
Yeah, that's what Edge and Stone Cold had, I believe.
Yep. So we'll see what that does in time. Not
From
gonna
what-
talk about it now, though.
Yeah, it's
No,
one
I
of
mean,
those things
whatever,
where
if they're-
they
he's not
know
worried about
now. They know now how to be safe, and they're doing that. You can tell that they're doing that.
Yeah, I don't know. He's still a rough motherfucker.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
just okay. Let's see. What that match was fine, and the New Day won. Xavier
Yeah,
hit
big
the
elbow. Oh, big elbow. So
Nice,
good.
good
Like it was
elbow.
better than ever.
No, he's done it better than that one.
Are you sure? Because that flew.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I am sure because he wasn't dressed as a fucking reindeer the last time I saw him.
Okay,
So-
that's okay. If you want to look at it that way, yes, to him
It
being
was
just as a
good.
reindeer flying through the air.
pancake whipped cream spot was a little annoying, but it was funny overall.
Yeah, but I think right now when you have those two, if you're gonna do the gimmick thing, do the gimmick thing. Just get it out of the way.
It was funny. It just it kind of took a long time, and then Rusev seemingly actually couldn't find the cherries in the bag, and that was
It was pretty funny.
for not
yeah.
the right reasons. So, anyways, whatever. That was a good match. What happened after that match? I can't remember.
I believe the Randy Nakamura AJ.
But they did a little promo.
Did they?
Yeah, with Sammy and Kevin Owens and Daniel Bryan in the back.
Oh,
I
that's
can't-
right.
I can't remember what Sami Zayn and Owens were insinuating. They were
They
suggesting
basically they went back
something.
there. They went back there with I think it was a bottle of champagne or something or sparkling whatever. They give it to Daniel Bryan. They're trying to celebrate, and
Right.
and
he says they're
thank you for doing the
delusional.
good job. Yeah, thank you for doing a good job. And he basically tells him to stop smiling and gloating or he'll fire him and whatnot. It was
Right.
It was a good little interaction. It shows that
Daniel's still on the line, or
yeah,
whatever.
he's not helping them. He's just more so making sure things are.
Shane right now.
Yeah, like obviously Shane's the bad factor. He's just trying to keep the
Why
show.
is Shane getting all the best people? Shane got Undertaker. Shane got Kevin Owens, Hell in a Cell, helped turn Sammy. Shane's gonna get Daniel.
Have you
Bryan.
seen
Seems
that last
like
name?
I know, but it's just
Ding,
a
ding.
strange. It's a
Ayo.
strange thing.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that was pretty interesting. And then the main event, I actually missed a lot of because I was getting set up for this. I had it playing in the other room. I heard it, and I saw the finish. The finish was awesome.
Yeah. It was
like a minute and a half.
it was
cool.
super good. Everyone got their spots. It honestly it showed that each one of them could feud with anyone on the other side, and it would be good.
Yeah, I
Right.
mean Randy with the help on the forearm, the assist on the forearm.
Yeah,
that
it was
pretty
was
cool.
so slight, so little, almost really nothing, but just that little bit.
I like those little kinds of changes. It's
Yeah.
I don't know, it's cool.
It was cool. I like the whole situation. I really pulling something out of it. I really want to see Sammy and Randy go at it. I don't know. I just feel like that would be a good little.
Yeah, I mean or even Sammy and Nakamura.
Yeah, they've
I
been
heard-
doing that at the
I
live
was gonna
shows,
say,
I guess,
I heard
and
they
it's
did it at the
gone
house
really
shows.
well.
The match they had on SmackDown a couple weeks ago was good, and then Jinder.
Even,
I thought Jinder looked good in this match.
He
too.
did. Him. I also thought him and Randy could, obviously.
Yeah,
two
I was gonna say specifically.
same guy.
But Randy's just really good, so it's hard.
Well,
to
exactly.
say.
That's what. It's
But
just,
no,
Randy
no,
makes
right. That's
everyone
right.
look good.
But Jinder was having his bad matches against Randy, so they must have just clearly figured some stuff out.
Well,
or
you got to
Jinder's
think.
further
Since
along
then, Jinder has only worked with the top names. You're going to get good, just like Roman. You know what I mean? Roman wasn't always this. Like he's good in the
He's
ring,
smooth. He's very smooth.
but he wasn't always that smooth.
Yeah, I mean, just with anybody, you get better when you're working.
That's
with
what I'm
the
saying.
best,
You're
for
working with the best the entire time. He's worked with AJ. You know what I mean? He's just nonstop. You're gonna get
So,
good.
all right. So that was SmackDown. It was a pretty good show, I think.
All in all, yeah. It's right now they're killing.
Compared,
Raw.
yeah, I was gonna say compared
as
to
a
the
full
two,
show.
Well, let's see. For one, they're world champions on the show every week.
Yeah, every week.
For two, their mid-card champion was there, even if he left the belt in the ring.
Yeah,
He
and
was
more so
there.
before that, it was Baron, and he was, as much as I'm not a fan and don't care, he was there. He was doing his thing.
The women's champion was there, and we could be wrong, misspeaking on that because we both didn't see full Raw. Alexa could have been involved, but we didn't see her.
She was more so involved in all.
They did
the,
that Sasha
the
thing.
group
They showed
stuff.
they showed
yeah.
the Abu Dhabi stuff, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I
It was
don't-
more of a group thing. It wasn't just
Yeah,
her.
I just don't. I don't know. I don't super. I just if you have the belt, I don't super care for not having the person. And again, I like Brock's situation. I'm not really critiquing.
I do like that, but only
It's
if
fine.
it's Brock. It doesn't
Yeah,
work
it's
for
fine.
anyone
It's fine if
else.
it's Brock, but just in general, like the champion's on the show on SmackDown, and it's AJ, and he has his moniker of the house that he just housed. Like it just everything there makes sense. Makes more sense at least comparatively.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say SmackDown probably was like a 7, and Raw was more like a 5.
A very, very bare
10.
5.
Yeah, maybe a 6 because I'm not trying to. It wasn't bad.
Yeah,
just
it wasn't bad, but it more
wasn't
so-
that good.
As you can tell, I wasn't able to absorb much because there wasn't much to absorb. It was very
Not to
bland.
mention, dude, what's wrong with using the announcement of history in the Women's Royal Rumble? Why can't the heels, specifically in Absolution, why can't they be heels in that situation?
Yeah.
Why can't they say...
Why does everyone have to be like?
Why does
"Oh,
everyone...
yeah."
Yeah, and Stephanie even, like, why is Stephanie McMahon doing a yes chant? There's nothing more fucking contradicting
Yeah.
than...
Then her using the chant that was like used against her.
Dude, it's like the way they've used Triple H in this... And don't get me wrong, it's cool, and I get it because
Oh,
it's
the
Triple
shield,
H.
the shield stuff.
Like, okay, he joins the Shield about a month and a half ago. Then he wrestles Roman like 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, for the IC title, I think.
Then he wrestles Jinder, and after he beats Jinder, and people basically ask like, "Oh, why did you beat him if that was his only match in India?" He uses some bullshit company answer of, "Oh, well, you know, it's a house show, and basically like the babyface goes over." But you're the fucking heel, dude. Like,
Yeah.
and you're like Jinder is too. But I'm just
Like
saying,
Jinder's
like,
the heel, but if you're gonna talk about levels of heelness between Triple H and Jinder Mahal,
well, he tried to
we're talking-
say, and he made a good general point, but he tried to say like, "Oh, in India, he's more over star." But it's like,
I've heard opposite. I've heard no one really.
no, Triple H, not Jinder.
Okay,
Triple
yeah.
H is because he's just one of those like he's one of the
Yeah.
older guys everyone would know him. I get
Yeah.
the logic, but then why did we just watch Jinder Mahal be champion for 6 months?
Seriously.
What the fuck was the point? Either one of the two doesn't make sense. I'd say
Yeah.
both, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying if you're gonna be quote unquote right in their position about one of those two things, then the other is automatically like not legitimized. Either the championship was based off of the ethnicity thing and they don't want to own up to it now, or it wasn't and there was just really no point from a
Well,
PR
we all know
sense.
it was strongly revolved around that India tour.
But that's what
later
I'm
on.
saying, dude. And then in India he got beat at the
Yeah,
one show.
just
that
doesn't
there
make
was
sense. If
by
that
Triple
was
H
the
with
reason
no
you were
belt.
gonna have him, and let's be real, there's no way, shape,
That
in
belt,
hell I
that
think you
belt
could give
wasn't
that,
even there. That belt
what-
wasn't even on that
yeah.
show.
But you know what I mean. You didn't make him champion based on ability because let's be real, it's not that entertaining. The character with the Singh brothers and everything,
He's a good wrestler, but I
he's
know what
not
you mean.
bad. You know what I mean? Like if we're talking about being the world champion based on who is the best and who has like okay character wise and with the Singh brothers, I'll give it to you. That's a very WWE character. I'll give
Yeah,
you
and
that.
he has people boo him. He has.
Well, now he has real heat. He has real heat.
I
But
think
before-
this week, like Sunday and then Tuesday, he looked good.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing we're.
But
gonna
this is
get
the thing
to.
is look at when he's looked better when he doesn't have that title.
Yeah. That's true.
You know what I mean? You know, and
I mean, it's all to blame on them in the sense that they took this guy from firing him to having him back hardly like a month or two to
Yeah.
just automatically boom, he's world champion.
Yeah, just doesn't.
Fucking
Yeah.
crazy, dude. I will never understand that decision. But anyways, that was SmackDown. It was fine. 205. I'm finishing up on now. I just remembered I read that Cedric does in fact beat Mr. Gulak.
Yeah.
Which is too bad.
I caught pieces of it, not enough to really say I know anything, but I was watching, and I did see a little bit of that part.
This match is good though. I'm watching it right now. They're almost. I can tell they're getting to the end of it, but not too bad in the sense that Cedric shouldn't be champion because he could and should be cruiserweight champion easily over Enzo Amore. But
Oh, absolutely.
I just think I just like Drew Gulak. I mean, that's it. I'm not even going to elaborate beyond that. I just like him a lot, and I think he's done a really good job. This brings me back to my Sarah Logan point where at some point, even if you're given not great material, it kind of still is your fault, even if it's unfortunately your fault. Drew Gulak is given dog shit as far as material, and he crushed it every week. He goes out and he sounds like he's not saying the stupidest shit in the world, even though he is. And not so much, but I'm talking about when he first started doing the for a better 205 live stuff. Other than the no top ropes and no chance, they were just giving him like long, like drawn out speeches. And it comes back to my point about Ziggler, where like yeah, dude, you're getting given bad stuff, but you can make it work. You don't just go out there and assume. Like actually
Drew's done a pretty good job at working with what they're
Ziggler?
Drew.
Oh, Drew. Yeah.
Yeah, he's done a pretty good job at working with what they're giving him.
And then on top of that, he's very good in the ring. That's the main reason.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If anyone, like if I had to pick and go, it's him. He give the man the title, let him do his thing.
Well, I guess I like that Hideo debuted. He wrestled that guy. Did you notice that guy Colin something?
Oh yeah.
Like
he was
2 weeks ago,
he was the extra in the Bludgeon.
That's
Brothers
what happened.
match.
He got killed in the Bludgeon Brothers match, but it turns out he was actually on WWE in ECW. He was in ECW, the WWE ECW.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I noticed that people kind of knew who he was.
Yeah.
I saw some
I'm
like,
just
tweets
saying,
and
this
stuff,
is his other
and-
job on 205. He might be a guy. I say fucking do it. Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you're not doing anything with the talent that you do have there because there's plenty of it.
On
There's
that
plenty of it
note,
there.
goddamn Grand Metalik, why don't they use that guy more, dude?
Doesn't
I
make
don't
sense.
get it.
The amount, how well the Cruiserweight Classic did, and the amount of talent that was there.
And that guy's established. He wrestled in Japan. He's really good. He's really fucking good.
And I've said it. 205 has the talent. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The whole roster is pretty stacked if you put them anywhere else other than the 205 Live.
Yeah, WWE just doesn't let them.
They don't know what to do.
They don't let them have the right kinds of matches.
Yeah, that's what you have this whole cruiserweight thing, and none of them are cruiserweights.
They are, but they are, but they don't. They're not allowed.
They don't get to do cruiserweight things.
On like Wrestling Observer and a couple other like wrestling podcasts I've heard, it is wildly ironic and like painfully hypocritical that you see more headlocks and like rest holds on 205 Live, and then you switch to the main event of Monday Night Raw and you see Seth and Dean and even Samoa Joe fucking diving through the ropes.
Kevin Owens
flipping over the rope,
sentons or frog splashes.
What the fuck is the point of having a separate?
It's like
weight?
it's the heavyweight division, and leading the way is Enzo Amore.
The light heavyweight, the cruiserweight division.
Well, no, I mean like that's like having a heavyweight.
Oh
division
yeah, right.
I
I
mean?
see. I'm
Like,
sorry, because based off the style.
Polar.
Yeah, they are.
Opposites.
They're wrestling like they. Oh shit! Is Cedric is about to try the Cesaro superplex situation?
I think so.
Oh, I see. He does a little differently.
Yeah,
but he's on the second rope still.
It's a little bit different.
Well, he doesn't hit it. Anyways, Drew's getting out of it.
Well, and that's the thing. They let them hit some of their spots, some of those bigger situations. But ultimately, if you want to call it cruiserweight, and I don't see any of that happening. I'm not getting that full. Like occasionally, every once in a while, like people like Ali and Cedric, and they do hit those certain situations.
Yeah, the way that Cedric hit the fit. Did he kick out or he won? I don't understand. I don't have the sound on. I think he won. Yeah, he had to have won. He did his move. Dude, oh my God. The way that Cedric hit the lumbar support, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Just now, Drew was on the second rope standing above him.
Yeah.
And he punched him in the stomach and like
he
pushed
cradled
him
him down.
Turned him around and then hit him with it was really, really good.
Yeah, he always hits that extremely well.
That move is very cool. It's actually my favorite move in WWE right now.
That and what was it? I talked to you about it the other day that I was really into, and everyone's doing it a lot lately. What was it? Oh, the Spanish Fly.
Oh yeah, Spanish Fly is good. He hit something.
Everyone's doing it in different ways now lately, all around, not just WWE. Like it's just becoming more of a common thing, and I really like it.
You gotta see the finish to this fucking. Drew like bounces off his knees. It's crazy. Yeah, I watched 205. I pretty much watch it for the same reasons I used to watch TNA. Like, there's talent there, and it's not being handled well.
Well, and that's what's hard because I watch you watch it, and more so like be realistic. Your champion is a talker, and not a wrestler.
No,
and you got
a manager.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the thing. Use these people for what they need to be used for. Like, if anything, Gulak should be champion, and Enzo should be a part of whatever train Gulak gets.
It's just not constructed to be that way right now.
And I get why he was the choice. Obviously, he
he brought star power to the show. I mean,
absolutely. But like I said, he didn't have to give him a title to do that.
It's more, but I think in their eyes and to their point, if you're gonna go this specific way with it, you do, just because it'd be kind of even worse if Enzo Amore was just put on 205 Live and was just a guy that either mostly won or sometimes lost.
More specifically because people do like him.
Yeah, this is all just because now that everyone's starting to hate him more and he's actually gotten over his heel.
And then the whole like Nia thing, it's kind of funny. It's kind of,
Oh yeah, it's pretty funny.
I dig it. If anything, that should be his thing. You move him on to doing that, maybe a more comical type situation.
Yeah.
And let these guys who are just amazing talents, like he, I'm not even trying to be that critical. He's not in the same realm as, Alexander and Gulak. He's just not.
No,
these guys know what they're doing. They're great.
Well, hopefully that's where it's all going. I definitely see Cedric beating him.
Honestly, first of all, something's going to be changing because you don't put someone like Hideo in there. And things.
Oh yeah, excuse me. That's I'm tired, dude.
You tired, buddy?
That's actually a good point. I don't know why I keep forgetting.
And more so if you're gonna throw people like Bray and Matt in like the live.
Well, then Cedric's probably not gonna beat him. Cedric's probably not gonna beat him, and then Hideo will beat him. So
I don't know. I've never seen them go.
Well,
with
Hideo
and
Enzo are the main event for the 205 Live tours. So.
Yeah.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
The middle match on that show was Grand Metalik and Kalisto wrestling Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher. I fucking hate Jack Gallagher wrestling as a butler. Looks like an asshole.
Yeah, this is the thing. I loved when they got together because I'm not a big Kendrick fan.
Yeah, no, I am, and I like when they got together.
Like, well, more so, I'm not like against it, but just more so, I don't watch, and go, oh yeah, I'm gonna be that. But when they got together, I was like, okay, this makes sense. Even more so when he went like, super heel, I was like, all right, but why does the man wrestle in dress clothes and not even in a cool Triple H style way?
It's not cool.
Or a Flair way.
It doesn't.
He just
bother
wrestles
me or
in a
annoy
blazer
me.
thing.
Yeah, it's not like because I'm not like mad at him. I just think he looks like an idiot. I think he looks stupid. And he's an awesome wrestler. So that's the only reason
what I'm saying. He's very
Jack Gallagher is awesome. He's fucking really good.
I love the headbutt, especially when he does it real aggressive.
Yeah, dude, just like everything he's good. His drop kicks are awesome, and
he's just good.
He's good. I just would I don't see what was wrong with the tights he had. I guess because they were bright and colorful and he's heel. Okay, turn them black and white. Who fucking cares? Don't think the alternative has to be a brown suit and a vest and
even more so, you have him teaming with the even more insanely crazy wear whatever you want pirate man thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Put a leather jacket on the guy.
Make him a pirate man guy. Whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Get him a pirate ship.
Get this man
have him drive push a pirate ship.
I think they
down
take
the ramp.
This is a time when WWE takes someone's ethnicity, or not ethnicity, but like who they are too seriously. Yeah, he's an English. He's an English guy, but he doesn't have to be a prim proper butler man.
Yeah, he does, because that's what it looks like to me. It looks like Brian Kendrick and his butler are gonna come kick your ass.
They definitely do.
And they do, and they're effective. But
more so, that's because they put him in matches with Kalisto and Grand Metalik.
Man, even if he made it a thing, and I'm just spitballing here, I don't even think this is necessarily a good idea. But I'm just saying, even if they made it a thing, he came out in that stuff and he takes his time,
takes it off,
taking it all off, and then that's
even better because then you're mad.
Yeah, then it's like, come on, get started. Or, they could even be like, we're going to go to commercial because we all know how long Jack Gallagher takes to get... that'd be fine.
Yeah.
But it's just he doesn't even... I'm giving it too much credit. He doesn't even come out in a suit. He comes out in what he wrestles in.
Yeah.
It's just he's half dressed. He has a vest, a rolled... He literally looks like he just got done at the office. And
but his hands are also...
He put on some gloves.
Yeah, his hands are taped up, though. So he's like... I can't bother myself to change, but I will tape these hands up.
Yeah. I just got done filming The British Office, but now I'm here to lift some weights, so I figured, why change? And also, let's fight. It's dude, I don't fucking like that. It just doesn't.
And it sucks because all of them, they're all so talented, and they're just so not used correctly.
Yeah, the match was okay. It seemed again, I didn't have any audio.
Wow. Did you see that?
What's up?
someone hit Grand Metalik or Kalisto with like a water bottle or something.
No, I didn't see that.
Like right in the face.
Shit.
If I'm, I'll give you a.
Yeah, give me a mark.
Yeah.
A minute mark.
Oh, yeah, hold on, everyone. All 0 of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, to the half a person with no limbs listening to this podcast right now.
Give us 1 second while we see some really messed up stuff.
It's funny because I was literally just going to say I was just watching the match.
It's very quick. Like I'm surprised.
I mean, I didn't watch it with audio, and it was pretty fast. So I think the point, from what I could gather, was to make Kendrick and his butler look really badass in the end by way of like they hurt Grand Metalik. They like hit him with the umbrella or some shit.
1935. It's a Kalisto.
1935.
'Twas a great year.
You know it's weird. It's not weird though because we use the same hula, so never mind. I was gonna say it's already there. 1935 is what remains. Is that what you mean?
Mine the slider. Yes or no? 1935 of the show.
No, it's
not.
not.
A 1935 out of 50. Oh wait.
No. It's not.
That's what it is on mine.
Maybe mine's messing up then. 1935. Yeah, dude, 1935 for me is them talking backstage. I'm telling you, I think you're talking about, this is embarrassing. I think you're talking about.
We don't. What is?
Then you're talking about, you're talking about minutes remaining because there's no way that mine's off that much. This isn't that long of a match.
No,
1935.
it's counting up.
No, it's not, dude. It's. I mean, it is, but like the thing to the right is counting down. Anyways, I'm at 1948 remaining. 47, 45, 44.
Basically, right as Kendrick and Gallagher are walking away, they keep panning back and forth. The refs are trying to get him out and whatnot, and blah blah blah. They're showing Metalik with his leg trapped between the thing, and then they pan over to Kalisto, and he gets pegged with a water bottle, and he's clearly like reacts to it like he just got pegged with a water bottle.
Like I don't even know how this is possible. Maybe you know what? Maybe I think I'm on the. Yeah, I am. That's what it is.
I'm on
the week. No, I'm on Hulu, but I'm on.
Yeah,
the
I'm on the network.
But I'm saying I'm on the week before. It's just that Kalisto and Gallagher wrestled each other in a singles match the week before. So that, ironically enough, around the same time. That's why I was like, dude, no fucking way. Do you have like a different time than me? It doesn't make any sense.
I'm from the future.
Okay, let me find the correct episode. I'm sorry.
But
yeah, anyways, that was 205. It was fine. It was 205 live.
It was, yeah. Like this is like they and more so, they don't even do the dramatics that WWE does really over here. Besides like Enzo, no one else gets that like big, and Gulak does now because he's just obviously so good at what he's doing. No one else gets that big, soap opera style like
no, I mean,
story.
It's
everyone just wrestles and then the Enzo show.
Yeah, it's the Enzo show every week for sure.
And it's just
that's weird. I definitely just watched this shit on Hulu, but now it's like not showing up. I'm just gonna go to the network too.
But him and Cass, it was entertaining, throughout NXT and through, WWE, it was very good. But now just I really don't want to see him. More so than Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan. That's for sure.
It's just not entertaining. I'm not intrigued. I'm not. His antics aren't even funny anymore. His his little quirky comments and stuff, they're not even.
One of the things that killed it for me was the ride along with him and Cass.
Oh yeah.
Because I didn't know. I just hadn't looked into it as much. I didn't know his voice was so South Jersey specific.
Yeah.
And that the accent on TV each week was truly just like a voice. Because his actual voice is a lot more similar to someone like from Philly or South Jersey like that. And it's just not, I mean, basically what I'm trying to say nicely, because there's nothing wrong. I have friends from that area. There's nothing wrong with anybody who sounds like that. But I'm just saying there's obviously a reason that he does the other voice on the show. And I just think it's slightly... I don't want to say disappointing because I'm not sitting here being like,
well, even more so.
But
even more so, like just that recently there was that thing about his like his driver's license and his signature or whatever. He's got a Delaware driver's license.
Oh my god. Yeah, dude. That's how he comes off to me.
Delaware?
Guy with a Delaware driver's license. No, I don't know. I just don't like him. I think I'm finally at this fucking. This better be worth it.
I mean, dude, it's.
They're walking away. Oh shit! Yeah,
he
right in the
literally gets
face,
pegged in the
dude.
mouth.
Wow. Who did that?
I mean, obviously a disgruntled fan.
Obviously, because the boys are walking away. Damn, dude, that's fucking crazy. I don't know how I missed that. I must have just been looking down. So, anyways, that was the second match, 205 Live. That was 205 Live as a whole, I think. I don't think I missed anything.
Yeah, no.
Hideo Itami beat the shit out of that guy, and that was cool.
Yeah. Just literally, they pulled like a Braun situation and go, we're going to let him whoop
he's here to squash him, so that's good. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it. And I guess we'll do a quick review of Final Battle. We won't even have to go in order. We'll just talk about it real fast. You liked Matt Taven and Will Ospreay. I did too. It was good.
Yeah.
Jay
just
Lethal,
in general, both of them. Jay Lethal and Marty, it was what everything you would, if I told you that match was happening and everything you thought, that's what it was. You know what I mean? It wasn't bad. It was good. It was very good. Good exchange.
I liked it. The tag match with the Machine Guns Best Friends sucked.
Yep. Just kind of.
The Elite match, the Hung Bucks match with Flip, it was fine, but it really was a lot of flipping around, and
yeah. Well, this is the thing. Just like I was saying, I love them. I couldn't be more obviously, a Bullet Club / Young Bucks Elite fan, but that just their spots are getting old. It's the same ones over and over and over and over, and it's nothing against them. It's just I've been absorbing it so much.
Yeah, certain weeks you just don't want to see the same thing, and you want to see guys do different stuff. And Kenny has had matches with so many different people this year that he's had so many different kinds of matches, and I basically feel like you see some of the best of the Young Bucks when they're in Japan. And I think on Ring of Honor, it's not even like it's nothing like they're lazy or anything. What they do, the stuff they do is awesome and it's hard, but I don't know. It is a lot of the same spots, and I'm just saying specifically that match and with Flip and Flip as a whole, you really are getting what the name says. It's just like flipping, and that's it. He just flips around.
And it was good. There was, what I mean, like everyone,
it
especially
was fine.
Flip. I'm really, I'm big. He's gonna do some stuff. More so, he's just like gender situation where he's spending so much time with the best. He's only
I
getting
just
better.
think that he needs to.
But he is.
I think
niche.
there's legitimacy to basically the stuff that people try and complain about the Bucks that I don't agree with. Like I know I shouldn't say no. I think they know psychology well and they sell fine. I don't have those kind of problems with them really, but I do think Flip. Like I just think he has to. He's not dimensional. There's only one thing about him.
There's this thing, especially with those types of stuff is you. And it might even sound like bias. You don't become this big and be that bad, as everyone makes like the Bucks out to be. Yeah, you just don't. I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. But I'm not even meaning to have the conversation of whether the Bucks are what the people say they are or not.
No.
I'm saying I think Flip. There's some legitimacy to those kind of complaints. The psychology's not always there with Flip because he's either whether he's winning or he's losing in the match, whether he's whether he's on the offense or he's getting his ass kicked, he's just flipping around. When he sells, he's flipping around. Every single one of his offensive moves involves flipping
I guess
around.
it's another situation just like a WWE and the Gallagher thing. They're taking the name and that too literal.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't even know if
Give
it's
him
there.
some more
I think
dimension.
it's him. I think he just needs to get more to his game. But whatever. I guess all in all, I'm saying the Bucks have had so many great matches this year that one was more forgettable than some of their other ones.
And I'm pretty sure they just faced I'm running a blank. The CMLL guys. I'm running blank on name right now. The other two in the match,
Dragon Lee.
Dragon Lee. Yeah, didn't they just face them in a New Japan?
I think it was in Mexico. I don't think it was in Japan. I think it was in Mexico.
That's right. But either way, they just had matches with them, so everything was really fluent and good. It's just
it was good. It just didn't. I guess I'm being mainly critical of Flip. I didn't care for a lot of the stuff with Flip because it's a lot of the stuff I've seen on television with them the past couple weeks. So whatever.
I guess I'm a little more like still like in awe, like seeing it live. I was like, oh wow, because him and Paige had a match when I was there, and oh man, it was just one.
Yeah,
of those.
I think I saw that, right? Or is that not on?
Yeah,
TV
that
yet?
was it was one of the TVs. Speaking, I guess I don't want to get that far off.
Well, hold on. We'll just finish up real quick with the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Cody and Dalton was good. The blade spot was kind of ruined by the camera, but it was good.
I would say that would be awesome. the only complaint I would have for the whole thing.
And not even really, just saying.
Yeah, it's just more so a distaste. It
was good though. The finish was awesome. Didn't see it coming.
And like I said, I vaguely, I thought it was going to be Dalton. Like we talked about it, I thought it was going to be him just based off of the hype alone. You know what I mean? He came back with such a huge, following and backing for him to, basically beat him. But I was with you for the most part. I was like, I figured Cody was going to keep on Cody and keep on trucking.
Yeah, hopefully he will again soon. I think he should. I think that's a good idea for everybody. And nothing against Dalton Castle. He can be champion for a while, but Cody is like onto something right now, and I don't think that you
absolutely
that. So that match was good. I like the old man match. I like that the Briscoes went over. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, if anything, it's like you know what I mean. Like if Tommy and Bully win, you're like, oh well, yeah, duh.
Yeah, they should
street fight in New York.
That was really cool. I like that match actually.
I after letting it sit a little
Tommy
while,
was safe as fuck in that match.
Yeah. Very.
And he wasn't boring to watch, and it was still fun.
Everyone was very like professional in a hardcore situation. It was
cool.
It was cool to watch.
Exactly. It didn't take away. It looked like everything hurt, but you could tell if you knew what to look for.
Besides him cutting the shit out of his hands on that sink.
Yeah, well, that was fucking stupid on whoever supplied that sink.
Somebody
went out and got
whoever went to Home Depot
with,
and got that
metal
sink.
edges that you're not ever supposed to hold from the sides like that or something like that because it's supposed to just be screwed into a fucking countertop. And poor, dumb, old Tommy Dreamer goes to not even hit him, just like touch him with the sink. It's one spot. He didn't even do anything with the sink beyond that. But he fucking like rattles the sink around in his hands when it touches the other guy's body, pretending to hit him harder than he is. And he cuts it. My whole point in going specific on pretending to hit him is he cut his own fucking hands.
Like bad enough to where he kept checking them like
he sliced
a couple
his hands
times.
Open, and I could tell as soon as it happened. I turned and looked at Joe. I said, Tommy Dreamer just cut his hands with that fucking sink. Anyways, so that was fun. That match was good. Lots of tables or the good amount of tables and ladders and
the almost fire.
They did the cheese grater. Yeah, almost fire. That was cool.
Yeah.
What else happened on that show?
Silas winning.
Yeah, the Fatal Four
TV.
was good. I was happy because it came down to the two guys that I predicted it might be, but in the end, it was more lackluster than not. There was some slop in the beginning.
After letting it sit, I guess I can say I'm more okay with Silas. I'm not against Silas or anything. I actually really, I enjoy him and his character. His character is awesome. It's just more so I was really, before the match, or even still now, I'm very into Kenny King, so I was
like
really
Kenny
wanting
King
him to retain. But now after letting it sit, it's good. You know what I mean?
I think he just is the TV champion right now, Silas.
Yeah.
He wins like more recently than not on TV.
If you want to go to the literal term of a TV champion.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And they try to as a
do it traditional
more
style.
indie wrestling company or whatever. I just know they said that during the Fatal 4-Way the other night, and I thought that when they said it, I was like, yeah, you know what, like that. If you're gonna call it that, it should be that. So, anyways, yeah, I think Silas, especially out of the four guys involved in the match, Silas has been winning the most on TV. So good for him.
Yeah, he has really come on
I like
top.
that. Him and Bruiser have some good chemistry, even if they're one of those like hodgepodge put together guys. I still think I think they work really well together. So that match was fine. I hated the format of it. People didn't people like tag each other in or some dumb shit like that.
Well, it
was like
elimination. But
how did it
I think it was only
work?
I think it was elimination, but there was only two people in the ring at the time. It wasn't like 4-way.
What is the point? And then WWE did the same thing.
And then it got off track, and kind of everyone just did.
And then everybody's in there anyways because they make a point to say
we could
there's
be
like
completely like
no,
wrong, but I feel
we're
like
not.
We're
not. That's what
right.
happened. And
okay.
It sounds like we should be because it sounds like it makes no fucking sense.
It sounds like literally we don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
But then the next night, or 2 nights later, WWE did the same thing with the tag match on Clash of Champions.
4-way
Fuck, that thing was a
Okay.
shit show. Like, the last couple minutes were good, but it didn't make any sense enough to point that during the match, 2 guys tried to pin the other 2 guys at the same time.
And you're trying so hard to pay attention that you physically can't watch a match. You're like,
the commentators literally said, "What happens if both guys score a pinfall?" And the other guy goes, "I don't know." What? Dude, what the fuck? Like, we're in the middle of this shit happening. We're not even, like, before the
you're
match.
the guy who's paid to tell us what's supposed to happen.
Yeah,
and
man. Like, what do
you
mean
don't
you
fucking know.
You guys probably all didn't think about that too much till right now. That's what it fucking sounds like.
They both looked at each other and said, "Oh shit."
Oh yeah, I don't think we talked about that. So, yeah, I don't like in a general sense, in any promotion at any time with any belt, tag, singles, women's, men, whatever. It doesn't make sense to have rule-specific matches and then say things like "there's no."
Other people noted it too. Like, a lot of people noted it on Twitter. Was like, "Yo, what the fuck is this?"
Because it doesn't make any sense. It's one thing when you go with basically the fallback excuse of, "Oh, well, it's wrestling, so yeah, certain things can make sense and not." But dude, you got to.
Yeah, that's cool and all, but you don't watch a basketball game and all of a sudden the rules just don't matter in a basketball game.
But no, more specifically, you don't go into something, a fight, a contest, anything, where you get told, all right, it's based on these specific rules, but by the way, last rule is there's no rules. That doesn't make any sense. In the tag match, okay, it has to be one person at a time. You can only tag your own partner, but there's no disqualification.
So why does it matter?
Why doesn't Xavier Woods just interfere the whole
disqualification?
time? There's no disqualification. Why doesn't it just do 3 versus 2 versus 2 versus 2?
I saw.
It made no sense.
What was it? Was it the? It was the tag, the 6-man tag on SmackDown. I didn't know that it was no DQ because the Singh brothers attacked and touched someone.
No, I don't think they hit anybody. I
believe they did.
I don't think so. I think they went to get involved and then Randy just fucked him up. We're gonna have to look now.
Yeah, no, this was.
I actually came in. That's funny you bring that up though, because I came in on that shot.
Because I could have swore I was sitting here and I was watching it and I was like, "Is this no DQ?" Because I'm pretty sure they just attacked someone.
Let's see. I think I just figured out that you can do hulu.com/WB and then you do like a dash. It looks like.
It looks like you can like use a keyboard and.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, you don't have to go to the. Let's see if this works. It probably is not going to work. Nope, didn't work. But just 205 showed up weirdly in my thing as like hulu.com/WWE-205-live. So I just tried the same thing with SmackDown. Yeah, it did not work. But
it was a good effort though. Good shot.
I'm gonna go look now for that because I mean that would be another thing. This is something that everyone pointed out in terms of checking out like all the. Basically, the general consensus online between other podcasts and just people online. Why, when Shane is freaking out? Okay, why from the get-go, if Shane is an official in the match and the careers are on the line and all he wants to do is get these guys fired, why doesn't he just try to disqualify them from the beginning of the match?
Yeah.
Just saying. There's an illogical point there. And again, this is where you start to fall back on what I said a minute ago. It's wrestling. You can say things like, basically, like, it's wrestling. So that's fine.
But, you can do that, but also, you know what I mean? Like, no matter what, it's still there's still rules and regulations.
I mean, but then beyond that, and this is where it starts to tread the line of, is it just wrestling or is this more of like something you didn't actually think out or not? When he
really here?
Yeah, he did. He hit Shinsuke. You're right.
That's what I'm saying. Like I did, you know, it just seemed
pulled Nakamura's hair.
Yeah.
I guess maybe they're not counting it because he pulled his hair.
Sounds
they got thrown out.
To me.
They got thrown out.
That's right. They cleared it up by throwing them out, so they.
That is bothersome, though. Like,
I get it because they threw them out, so there was repercussions. But ultimately, in another match type situation, immediate disqualification.
I mean, not to mention, Jinder took the RKO a second later, basically like a stunner. He kind of took it on his knees.
Yeah, very.
It's very weird. Anyways. Okay, those are all those shows. I'm trying to think. Let's just, before we let this thing end and review how miserable we are and trying to improve upon this, let's just see what's going on for NXT tonight. If I believe I'm correct, I believe it's Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. I believe they win the tag titles on this week's episode.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to beat Sanity.
That's been my one my one weakness lately is trying to keep up with the
NXT.
Wednesday. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Sanity. Bye. Full tail. His reign hasn't been dominant. See at the end of there. Yeah. So it's Sanity versus Undisputed Era for the tag belts. That's exciting. UK champ Pete Dunne.
Oh, I did see that, and isn't it him and
Tyler Bate for the
That'll
belt
be good.
again.
Yeah. I'll say this though. It's only gonna. I don't want to say it's only gonna be good. He's got to lose it. You got to have something happening. You got to have something happening. Nothing's happening with it. You have this awesome, amazing, cool belt for this category that just nothing happens with, besides a few matches here and there. It's just I don't know. To me, it's
here's the last match. The last match is Roderick Strong and Lars Sullivan in the qualifier.
They're really about Lars Sullivan. I noticed that during Takeover, they're really. He was the extra in that off topic, but the pack in the WWE 2K pack, he was in there. And that was surprising
I know. Yeah, I know. With Aleister Black,
Yeah, I mean with the huge names.
Yeah. Well, that's also looking to be good. The Fatal 4-Way. That they're building to determine. Oh, well, you haven't been watching NXT. Okay, so they're building.
Yeah.
They're building to a Fatal 4-Way. They're having qualifying matches. They have been in the past. Man, you've been missing good stuff. That sucks.
Yeah, I really have. I fell off on the NXT front. It's terrible.
Gargano and Cassius Ohno had an awesome match.
You told me about that one. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So basically, they had a bunch of qualifying matches. I don't remember who Killian Dane beat. He beat somebody also big. I cannot remember who it was.
Another large man.
Yeah, I just know Megan watched it with me, and she was like, "That guy's body hair is disgusting." I was like, "Okay."
Well, noted. Duly noted.
Aleister Black beat Adam Cole last week to advance into the Fatal 4-Way. So right now it's Killian Dane, Johnny Gargano, Aleister Black, and whoever wins between Lars and Roderick. It's probably gonna be
Lars.
Yeah, I would guess Lars, but I guess they could.
I'd be more okay with Roddy.
They could set up whatever Lars is doing next by maybe having whoever screw him and Roderick beats him. I don't know. Yeah, but I will say this. I'm going to go ahead and spoil it because I read it a while ago. Gargano wins the Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, because of the way everything is.
Yeah, so come the next takeover, we're getting Johnny Gargano and Andrade Cien Almas.
That'd be great. That'd be awesome.
Title. It's
now that I think about that, that'll be amazing.
It's going to be fucking sick. So, and then the last little bit for NXT is Ember Moon. I don't know if she'll be on this week. She was there last week, but she's the champ. She is what did she do? She beat Peyton Royce last week.
That's right. Yeah. I actually just did kind of catch that clip.
Oh, and then her and Nikki Cross are kind of like buddies now. It's like a frenemy.
Her and Ember Moon?
Yeah, not actually friends, but they're like
basically
the
they're
iconic duo with them too. So
and that's not bad. Honestly, I'm okay with that. I could see that being a good thing. More so, I'm into them, the better Bellas. I like to consider it. It works, and then you have the other side, amazing.
Oh, and then Shayna Baszler is debuting soon, and she's from the Mae Young Classic.
Yeah,
she's that big girl. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's
good that they're starting to develop.
No, she's not. She is. She's jacked as fuck, but she's not the girl. She's not the big blonde girl. That's who I was thinking.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This girl is ex-UFC. So this is probably the start of maybe the Rousey stuff, or
they keep trying to kill that down, but probably for reasons that it's actually happening.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I had heard that it's supposed to be for a long time now 4 horsewomen versus
her and whatnot.
I don't know. Shayna Baszler, maybe the other girl on Raw in Absolution. What's her name again? The one on Raw.
Sonya Deville.
Sonya Deville. And then maybe the big blonde girl, because I'm pretty sure the one that I'm thinking of, I just can't think of her name.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure she's MMA or some shit, I think. But that was the show. Thanks for listening, and you're not listening. All right. We'll talk to you Saturday. Goodbye. You got to buy for it. Bye.